to Loudon Orr Memorial Field here on the campus of Robbinsville High School. This is the 2023 home opener for the Robbinsville Black Knights in town, possibly a once-in-a-lifetime opponent all the way from Oklahoma. You are reading your program correctly. That is the Stilwell Indians that will be opposing the Robbinsville Black Knights here this afternoon. Kevin Hensley with you for the telecast, set up nicely behind home plate, and we'll be going to our opening introductions, the playing of our national anthem, and the first pitch coming up here in just a few minutes. So we appreciate you all tuning in. You are watching the Graham Star Sports Network, your exclusive home for Robbinsville Athletics, and we are streaming it all season long and beyond. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Stay with us here on GrahamStarSports.com.
Good afternoon, fans, and welcome to Robbinsville High School for the 2023 home opener between the Black Knights and our friends from Stilwell, Oklahoma, the Indians. Introducing our starting lineups first, the visitors from Stilwell. Leading off will be second baseman, number 0, Quentin Bunch. Batting second, third baseman, number 12, Jesse Armstrong. Batting third, shortstop, number 17, Dalton Christie. Cleanup hole, right fielder, number 14, Chase Stevens. Batting fifth is the first baseman, number 35, Tanner Fishinghawk. Batting sixth is the starting pitcher, number 15, Strider Pritchett. Batting seventh, catcher, number 30, Daniel Stetteros. Batting eighth is center fielder, number 13, Cole Wilhite. And batting ninth is left fielder number 2, Orion Shelley. Reserves are number 23, Nash Wheeler, and number 3, Isaac Denny. And now for the home team, the Robbinsville Black Knights. Leading off at shortstop, number 2, Graylin Orr. Batting second and playing right field, number 23, Caleb Turpin. Batting third and playing first base, number 10, Lathan Buchanan. In the cleanup hole is the starting pitcher, number 17, Ethan Orr. Batting fifth, second baseman, number 7, Alex Knight. Batting sixth in center field, number 14, Quinn Jumper. Batting seventh in left field, number 4, Luke Lovin. Batting eighth and playing catcher, number 11, Bryce Adams. And batting ninth is third baseman, number 1, Bryce Garrison. Reserves are number 20, Evan Menard. Number 21, Turner Jackson. Number 13, Avery Webster. Number 5, Nathaniel Schote. Number 12, Carter Birchfield. Number 6, Tyler Martinez. Number 15, Kason Buchanan. And number 22, Preston Phillips. And now, fans, who would please rise, kindly remove all headwear as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Fans, welcome back here on the Graham Star Sports Network. This is your exclusive home for Robbinsville athletics, and we are streaming it all season long and beyond. Robbinsville baseball coming your way on this wonderfully beautiful Wednesday afternoon in Graham County. Temperature around 60 degrees, and that's a stark comparison to the weather we've had earlier in the week. It's just been miserably cold here in western North Carolina. That is not the case today, and we are very thankful for that. As we mentioned, fans, we stream 5 Robbinsville Varsity sports all season long. You can catch volleyball and football action here on Graham Star Sports during the fall. Basketball carries us through the winter. And then in the springtime, of course, we're here for baseball and softball. And we will have a telecast tomorrow as well, fans. That has been a schedule change. The Lady Knights will host Murphy tomorrow across campus at Judy Nichols Memorial Field. And that will begin at 4:30 right here on GrahamStarSports.com. We're just about set to go. Ethan Orr is on the rubber today for Robbinsville. Okay, all right. Thank you. When they're walking up to the plate.
Is that them right now?
Yes. The legendary Anna Ware to my right today, fans. Give her a nice round of applause for keeping you all entertained. Kill the app then. Kill the app. Just kill it. Okay. And we're just about set to go here in Robbinsville. Stepping in as the leadoff man, that is number 0, Quentin Bunch. He'll be playing second base for Stilwell today. We'll talk more about why our friends are here from Oklahoma in just a moment. Ethan Orr does not get paid by the hour. He's one of the fastest pitchers you'll see in high school baseball. First pitch coming at 4:34 p.m., and the temperature at first pitch is 56 degrees. 1-1 offering will pop Bryce Adams' mitt, and that will swing things to a 2-1 count. Swung on and missed, and that'll even things up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Appreciate all of you tuning in with us here on the Graham Star Sports Network. Whether you are a Black Knight or an Indian this afternoon, you are very much welcome with us. Swung on and missed. So a strikeout begins things this afternoon here in Graham County. Ethan Orr looking sharp in his first duel. And that will bring Jesse Armstrong, the third baseman for Stilwell, to the plate. 1 out and nobody on here in the top of the first, and Armstrong swings over the top of that one. It is 0-1. One is driven to center field, and that will drop. So a 1-out single, and Armstrong hangs out at first. We have no way to move the camera today, unfortunately, fans, but nonetheless, we will press on, do our very best here on Graham Star Sports. We're working on a new setup here at the field this year, hoping to be able to do multi-camera setup, and if we had our whole crew with us today, we would be able to do that, but that is not the case. Missing in action is Montana. She's out delivering the Graham Star this afternoon. How about a grounder to shortstop and double play attempt? They're just going to hold it safe and sound. That was Dalton Christie, who grounded into the fielder's choice. 2 outs here in the top of the first, and that will bring up the cleanup man, Chase Stevens, the right fielder. Stevens will step into the left-handed batter's box. Christie at first. Orr checks the runner. Here's the pitch. Low. I guess I'm going to call it a strike. Excuse me. Throw to second on point, but just a little bit late. So credit Christie with a stolen base. And they got one in scoring position now here in the top of the first. Fans can't see it at home, but Anna Ware is set on go. Anytime she's got a chance to pop some music out today, she's going to take it. That one hit hard down the right field line and foul. Count runs to 0-2. Get our scoreboard up and running here. We'll have that on the screen for you folks in just a moment. And that one pops into the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, but it goes behind Adams. He can't hold on to it, and he's going to eat that as he will reach safely. So a drop third strike, and Stilwell's in business. They've got 2 on with 2 out here in the top of the first. Tanner Fishing Hawk, the first baseman, will step in now with a chance to push the Indians ahead in the early going. First pitch is popped up fouled on the first baseline. Lathan Buchanan tries to trickle it, and he misjudges the descent. 0-1 is the count. Pitch is upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. Swung on and missed. Protects the runner. He'll advance without any type of resistance. So 2 in scoring position now for Stilwell. Here in the top of the first. Swung on and missed, and that is strike 3. So Eeyore will inevitably strike out the side, and we will go to the bottom of the first as the Indians strand 2. It is Stilwell nothing, and Robbinsville just about to come up here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Bottom of the first as we come back to you live from Loudon Orr Memorial Field here on the campus of Robbinsville High School. No score between the Black Knights and Stilwell, Oklahoma. First pitch, Graylin Orr sees. He'll just line it nice and neat up the middle. 1 pitch, 1 hit for Robbinsville. And that's the way you want to start things if you're the Black Knights here in the bottom of the first. Caleb Turpin will step up to the plate now in right field. He bats second. One of the 4 seniors on the team this year. Pickoff throw back to the bag. Boy, Orr had a big lead and squeezed back in at the last moment. Again, fans, we apologize. We have a stationary camera set up today. No way to move it around. Hoping to have that problem eradicated the next time that we have a telecast. Here's the pitch right down the belt line to Turpin. He takes all the way. 0-1. Starting pitcher on the hill today for Stilwell is Strider Pritchett. Pritchett checks the runner. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. A good cut there. No balls and 2 strikes. And a pickoff play back to the bag. Once again, Graylin Orr is safe and sound. We got a nice chunk of dirt on that uniform, though. 0-2. Takes it all the way. Breaking ball froze Turpin. And that's the first strikeout of the afternoon for Pritchett. And that will bring up another senior first baseman, Lathan Buchanan, to the plate. First pitch, Buchanan tries The lob one on the hit and run, and he hit it about 2 miles out the left field line, but it goes foul, or will jog back to the bag. At first, 0-1 is the count. Pickoff play back to the bag. Boy, they're keeping a close eye on Graylin Orr's movements at the bag. First baseman is Tanner Fishing Hawk. Making sure Orr stays in check. 0-1, fly ball to right field, and it will be snagged by Chase Stevens. And back to the bag goes Orr with 2 outs. And starting pitcher Ethan Orr will come to the plate. No score here in the bottom of the first. Another stretch. Orr swings and misses at one in the dirt. Orr will jog back to the bag. Snap throw from catcher Daniel Cinceros. I had it right before the game and forgot just as quickly as I learned it. So I apologize to all of you Indian faithful that are tuning in with us this afternoon. Rope to center field, and it will be reeled in nicely on the run by Cole Wilhite. And that closes the book on the first. Robbinsville Strands 1. We go to the second, though, fans. No score here in Graham County. You're watching the Graham Star Sports Network. And welcome back to Robbinsville High School. Just in time for the first pitch. Here in the top of the second, it's a long fly ball to deep center field, and it's going to land on a warning track. Quinn Jumper, try as he may, could not get there. And they may have him caught, and they got him. Wow, what a laser shot from center field. And that's all she wrote for the effort of pitcher Strider Pritchett. So it will be a single, and then you will record him out as a putout 8-6, or excuse me, 8-4, I beg your pardon, in your scorebook. 1 out. First pitch from Ethan Orr to Daniel Cinceros is swung on and missed. Here's the 0-1. Check swing. Call it just a little bit outside, though. 1-1. Didn't offer enough for a check. Adams rises up. Big 6'3" catcher. Reels it in. 2 balls, 1 strike. Swung on, he missed. Count evens 2-2. Pops up foul, and it will disappear into the massive field right here behind us. As a Robbinsville Black Knight pops out to jog it to 2, and that is a strikeout. Good pitch by Orr. Boy, that was a good break on that. And that is his 4th strikeout of the ball game. And that will summon Cole Wilhite to the plate. Nobody on. 2 outs. And Adams stops it. It's out in front of him. That one in the dirt. 1-0. Adams tried to frame that one, but it misses the outside part of the plate. 2-0 is the count. Swung on and missed. That'll make it 2-1. Good cut by Wilhite. Yes, fans, you do not need to adjust your sets or your diet. This is Stilwell, Oklahoma, in town with us tonight. 2-2 the count. It is their spring break, and they booked a very special game between the nations with Cherokee. That game took place Monday at Western Carolina in Cullowhee. Grounded to third baseman Bryce Garrison fires across the diamond in time. And it's a 1-2-3, top of the second for Robbinsville. We'll go to the bottom half of the frame and talk more about Stilwell being in Graham County when we come back here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Bottom of the second as we come back to you live from Robbinsville High School. No score here on the Gramstar Sports Network. And stepping into the batter's box is senior Alex Knight. Playing second base today. Quick zip back to the pitcher after that one misses in the dirt. 1-0 the count. You fans are enjoying our Wednesday afternoon telecast of Black Knights baseball. One up and in. Knight got brushed. He says he did. Umpire's not going to call it. And I guess we'll just press on, but it appeared to rub his sleeve. Knight's a little bit peeved as he steps back into the batter's box. Swings and misses. 2 balls and a strike on Alex Knight. Normally a very composed young man, a little frustrated right now after that missed hit by pitch. Chops it foul, getting aggressive at the plate. And the count runs to 2-2. Remember, he is Anaware's favorite baseball player. I'm not quite sure why. I don't know. I don't understand these things sometimes from kids, but whatever. Take her word for it. Here's the 2-2. He takes it high. That was about eye level. Count is full now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Crowd on hand gathered around us here at Loudonor Memorial Field on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon. Ball 4. Knight gets the bag anyhow and had to work for it, but a leadoff walk will give Robbinsville a base runner right off the bat, pardon the pun, and it will bring up center fielder Quinn Jumper to the plate, who allegedly is Olivia Lewis's favorite baseball player. Learn all kinds of things when you're around Anaware. All right, back to the bag. Never hurts to get a little dirt on those uniforms. Robbinsville is scheduled, and I use that term loosely, scheduled to play Brevard here at home tomorrow. Not heard for sure if that game was ever postponed or not, and they're going to give Jumper the base that time. He showed the umpire his elbow, and the second hit batter of the inning is the first official one. Jumper jogs to Knight to second. And for reasons I don't fully understand, Luke Lovin has approached the plate to the Barney theme song. Boy, Anaware's a savage over here. We'll blame her for it, not the guy that built the playlist. That one gets away. That may be a pass ball. They're going to send Knight to third. He's going to be out by a long shot. He hesitated, and the double steal will go nowhere. But Jumper will go to second, so they've still got a base runner on with 1 out. I'm very frustrated with that series, and I believe we're going to have a mound conference here with the Stilwell Indians piling onto the hill. And while they're doing that, we're going to just step aside for just a moment here on GramstarSports.com. Luke Lovin back in the batter's box here in the bottom of the second. That one down at the shins. 2-0 on freshman Luke Lovin. Quinn Jumper, a sophomore for the Black Knights, at second base. No score here in the bottom of the second. 1 out for Robbinsville. And the pitch from Pritchett will be offered at and missed. 2-1 is the count. Levin takes that one all the way, 2-2. So anyway, fans, Stilwell Cherokee met on Monday at Western Carolina, and Stilwell emerged with a 16-0 victory over the Cherokee Braves. And while they were here, they thought, hey, why not play another game against a team with some enrolled members of the Eastern Band? So they have found their way to Graham County here on this Wednesday afternoon. Very professional, nice program. Arrived here about an hour before game time. And they were set to go. Jumper leads off from second. 2-2 on the way. Lovin gets a clean hit. That may score a run. Brent Eisenhower is going to try to send Jumper, but he's going to stop him after he turns the bag. Lovin at first. And runners at the corners for Robbinsville here in the bottom of the second inning. Brings up catcher, another sophomore, Bryce Adams to the plate. 2 on. And 1 out for the statuesque player. And we hadn't even seen Nathaniel Shope yet. Shope will have him beaten the height department. Adams really turned on that one deep inside. Throw to first will advance. Luke Lovin. Glenn Jumper's in trouble. He's going to get back. Good play down at third to reel that in. That saved a run. Chase Stevens. I beg your pardon. That was actually Jesse Armstrong leaping about 2 feet in the air to snag that ball. And the sacrifice will send Lovin to second. Jumper is eventually safe and sound at third base after some shenanigans. Boy, Adams turned on that first pitch. That was tight on the sophomore. Here's Bryce Garrison. He's going to rope it through the opposite way. That'll bring Jumper home. Luke Lovin will stop at third. RBI single for Bryce Garrison. Makes it 1-0 Black Knights. And Graylin Orr looking to keep the good vibes rolling. He singled in his first plate appearance, the first pitch of the ball game, actually, to Robbinsville. Garrison's taken off. It's a hit and run. And it is foul down the left field line. 0-1 the count. One is the count. Good friend over here to my left, Cullen Buchanan, is keeping the scoreboard for us today. Snap throw back to the pitcher. They're just going to concede second base to Garrison. 2 in scoring position for the Black Knights. 2 outs. And Orr with a good cut, but he cut it the opposite direction. Still 0-2. Caleb Turpin in the on-deck circle if the inning continues for Robbinsville. Appreciate all of you being with us on this Wednesday evening. Live on the Gramstar Sports Network. That one popped up foul behind the first base bag. And Petey Millsaps had a chance at it, but didn't pull out his glove in time, I don't guess. Still an 0-2 count. Millsap's one of the assistant coaches for the Lady Knights softball program. And of course, we'll see them here tomorrow, 4:30 first pitch on GramstarSports.com as they host Murphy. Return battle from Monday, and that'll get them out of the way for the conference slate. Robbinsville prevailed in a wild one yesterday, 16-11 at Conahita Park. Grounded to third base, throw to first will be in time, and that does it. But Robbinsville gets ahead first. An RBI single from Bryce Garrison drives in Quinn Jumper. We'll go to the top of the third, fans. 1-0 Black Knights. You're watching the Gramstar Sports Network. Top of the third, welcome back live to Robbinsville High School. 1-0 is the split, and it favors the Robbinsville Black Knights. Ethan Orr back out for his third inning of work. He's already struck out 5 Indian hopefuls here in the ball game. And that one catches the outside part of the plate. Ball And a strike. Or excuse me, I guess I'm calling it a first pitch a strike too. Adams missed it, so it was strike unless that one loaded inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Up and away. Did not offer at it. 2-2 count now. Fly ball driven hard to right field. Caleb Turpin's got a good beat on it. And he'll make the play. And that was Oren Shelley at the plate. First out of the top of the third for the Indians. Back to the top of the lineup card, it is Quentin Bunch. He tries a bunt, and it rolls right over here in front of us. Bryce Adams about to be all up in your living room. Wheels in the foul ball. I'll give Anna Ware credit for one thing. Her fake laugh's much better than Montana's. She may have to do a swap here at some point. Good pitch. Did not get the call. 1-1. Adams held it firm in place for a while, but never got the nod. Got one upstairs. Count goes to 2 balls and a strike. Another good pitch by Orr, but not getting the call in that particular section of the plate. Count is 3-1. Bunch sets for the full count offering. He hits Adams. And it fouled it off just enough to keep the count alive. Still 3-2. And he lost him. Ball 4. They'll send Bunch, a speedy runner, to first base. So with 1 out, Indians have a base runner. And Jesse Armstrong steps up to the plate. Pickoff move to first by the lefty. Adams had to arm cock just in case. No need, though. Fly ball left field and tapering. That will drop in front of Luke Lovin. So a walk and a hit. And Stilwell has 2 on with 1 away here in the top of the third. 3 hitter stepping into the batter's box now. Dalton Christie. Right fielder, or excuse me, shortstop, beg your pardon, Jay Stevens, who's up next, is the right fielder. Or has 2 on and 1 out, checks the first base runner as that one drops in. Good break on that pitch. 1-1 the count. That one fouled hard. Boy, he turned a long way on that one. It disappears near the walking path here at Robbinsville High School. We are in Western North Carolina. If you don't own a globe, you can find Asheville somewhere and look west for, I don't know, let's say 60, 70 miles. You'll find us. 2-2 count now on Christie. That one popped up here to first base side, and it will drop foul. Kenny Menard will not give anyone else a chance to get to it. He is right on top of that one. Count holds at 2-2. And he was punked with that one, I believe. So the bases are loaded, and things looking a little shaky for Ethan Orr after 2 dominant innings to start out. Perhaps second time through the lineup. The Stilwell, Oklahoma Indians have made adjustments necessary. Robbinsville leads 1-0 here in the top of the third. The pitch. Right in there, 0-1. Orr just fired it right at him, no fear. And the pitch swung on and missed. 0-2 on Chase Stevens. That one foul down the left field line. Players approaching it. They won't get there. Bryce Garrison and Luke Lovin can't get there in time. Still 0-2. Fly ball. Infield flies all you need right here. Graylin Orr reels it in. Everybody will hang tight. 2 outs. Would be big for Ethan Orr and the Black Knights to leave them loaded here in the third. Robbinsville leading 1-0. Bryce Garrison scored a run in the bottom of the second for Robbinsville, driving in Quint Jumper on an RBI single. That's all the offense so far. The batter is Tanner Fishing Hawk, first baseman. 0-1 the count. Fly ball to right field. Caleb Turpin will reel it in, and the Knights will leave them loaded. 3 remaining on base when the inning comes to a close. Good work, good pitching, good defense. That's ABC baseball fans. Bottom of the third. Robbinsville 1, Stilwell 0. Bottom of the third, as we're back with you live from Robbinsville High School. Kevin Hensley with you on behalf of the Gramstar Sports Network. It's 1-0 Black Knights. Caleb Turpin is at the plate. He struck out looking in his only plate appearance so far. And it's actually the only strikeout so far for starting pitcher Strider Pritchett. Turpin swings at 1, down and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sun's still bearing down on us here this afternoon. Beautiful evening, as we mentioned already, here in Graham County, North Carolina. And you are watching the Gramstar Sports Network, which is a subsidiary of the Gramstar, Robbinsville's only local media source and the hometown newspaper since 1955. New edition is out just this afternoon, and it's an action-packed 18-page edition of the Gramstar. We cover the helicopter crash in Macon County last week as Turpin rips it up the middle. That's a good way to get a strikeout off your back. Leadoff hit for senior Caleb Turpin here in the bottom of the third. And Lathan Buchanan will strut up to the plate. To, for some reason, Stone Cold Steve Austin's music, but we'll take it. That's fine. Good song. Good pick by Anna Ware over here. Beats the heck out of Barney. Turpin back to the bag on the pickoff attempt. Gives them plenty of time. Also in this week's edition, fans, a teacher here at Robbinsville High School received a $175,000 STEM grant. And our friends here to our left actually are covered as well. The Ware family Featured in this week's edition, an 18-year battle with multiple sclerosis. We want to catch the latest innovation in treatment for Aaron Ware and the Ware family. Grab a copy of the Graham Star. It's on newsstands everywhere this afternoon, fresh off the presses. Thanks to Montana LeRae, that one grounded back to the pitcher, maybe a 1-6-3, and they can't reel it in at first, so that'll bring it into that. They would have had him. Fielder's choice 1-6, and then the E3 will allow him to reach safely. And one out, but still one on in the form of Lathan Buchanan. Ethan Orr will step up to the plate. Make sure you fans, the next time we go live with Robbinsville Baseball, we'll be able to rotate and follow the action all over the field. First pitch to Orr, swung on a miss, snap, throw to first. It's a little wide of the bag, and Buchanan's going to sprint to second on the E2. So back-to-back errors have kept Robbinsville in business here in the bottom of the third. Here is the 1-0. Swung on and missed. 1 ball and 1 strike on Ethan Orr. Batting in the cleanup spot today for the Black Knights. And that one misses away. 2 balls and 1 strike. That one in the dirt. He's going to take off. And that throw's going to miss the bag. Buchanan will score 2-0 Robbinsville. So the backstop, Daniel Cenciero's having a little bit of trouble. Not now. Actually, go ahead. So I'm not quite sure what I think they're going to say Orr might have. I guess there was only 2 strikes on Ethan Orr, so he'll be ruled out. Took off for the bag on a dropped, what would have been a pass ball. Instead, now 2 outs for Robbinsville. Alex Knight at the plate. Swings and misses at 1 in the dirt. He's trying to break out the pitching wedge there, 0-1. Buchanan is at second. And Knight unmistakably got hit that time. When jumper to the plate. Boy, Knight took that square in the back. He's having to walk around and get some feeling back into that shoulder blade area. He was hit by a pitch in his first at bat, but Blue might have missed it. That's all we're going to say about that. And Quinn Jumper is at the plate after this mound conference is over for Stilwell. So we got it all sorted out. We have a new pitcher on the hill. It's Jesse Armstrong, who's going to take over for the Indians. And while he's warming up, we're going to step aside here on the Graham Star Sports Network. Back live from Robbinsville High School. New pitcher on the hill is Jesse Armstrong. He was at third base. He's now towing the rubber for the Indians. Afternoon ends early for Strider Pritchett. He only had 1 strikeout in the game, or excuse me, he did have 2. Beg your pardon. Knights lead 1-0, so he is in line for the loss at the moment, too. Jumper swings and misses. 0-2. Alex Knight at first base after getting absolutely tattooed with a pitch from Pritchett, which ultimately ended his afternoon. And that one just misses. And I draw some groans from our left side here. And the Stilwell faithful. Jumper still alive, though. He was taking that one, so 1-2, 2 outs. Jumper hits it hard. Good shot to left field. And they're going to hold up Latham Buchanan, who has camped out and ate dinner at second base. He's been there for a while. He finally gets to advance. Robbinsville has the bases loaded. 2 outs. And freshman Luke Lovin at the plate. Lovin got a piece of it back to the fence, 0-1. Bryce Adams will jog into the screen and reel it in for the umpire. Swung on and missed. Oh and 2. Lovin watches that one outside. Good eye to lay off of it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Boy, the Knights are in a prime position right now. Bases loaded. Bottom of the third, and they have a 1-0 lead already. And Lovin throws on that one, called strike 3. And that will do it. The Knights, unfortunately, also leave them loaded after the Indians do it in the top half of the inning. Let's go to the fourth, fans. Robbinsville still leads Stilwell, Oklahoma, 1-0 on the Gramstar Sports Network. Welcome back to Robbinsville, 1-0 Black Knights as we trickle into the fourth inning here on GramstarSports.com. First pitch was a ball. The second one was fouled off by Strider Pritchett, who was the starting pitcher and now has went to third base. Swap places with Jesse Armstrong after a shaky outing on the mound, which saw him go 2 2/3 innings, 2 strikeouts, gave up a run to Robbinsville. 2-1 count now, and Ethan Orr still dealing. Good pitch. Slider breaks away, 2-2. Fouled back to the fence. Still 2-2. One misses up, stares and away. Count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. That one hit hard. Garrison leapt for it. Couldn't get it. Luke Lovin will clean it up in left field. Leadoff single for Pritchett. And Daniel Cenceros will bat now for the Indians. Shadowed bunt, but pulled it back. 2-0 is the count. 3-0 on Cenceros. Will Height will bat next. He he's taking all the way, and that's the right thing to do on a 3-0 count. Pulls back and takes ball 4. So a hit and a walk, and Indians have 2 on again. They left them loaded in the top of the third. Courtesy runner will pop out of the dugout. That is Isaac Denny running for Cinceros, the catcher. Will hide at the plate. First one he sees is fouled off and hits the bleachers. Liz Carpenter, starting catcher for the Robbinsville Lady Knights, didn't even offer at it. Practice over a little early today, and a bunch of the Lady Knights faithful are with us this evening, supporting the Black Knights. Orr can't get it in his glove, and that is a frustrating play if you're Ethan Orr and the Black Knights. They had him dead to rights, could have pinned him out 1-3 and at least got an out. But the E1 will allow the run to score, and Ethan Orr is visibly upset. Brent Eisenhower is calling his catcher Bryce Adams out to the mound for a quick chat, and we'll step aside here on the Graham Star Sports Network. And they've calmed down Mr. Orr. He delivers a pitch that's swung on and missed. Good break on it. 0-1. Bases loaded, nobody out, and Warren Shelley at the plate. Good stop by Bryce Adams. That probably saved a run here in this tight 1-0 ball game on the Graham Star Sports Network. Appreciate you tuning in. Whether you're a Robbinsvillian or a Stilwellian, that's the correct term for it. Yes, fans, I'm not using a voice box. That is my real accent. Promise I have a college degree. 1-2. Popped up. Adams will have to squirt for it and can't do so. It dies a death in front of us. Count remains 1-2 on Shelley. Nobody out. Everybody on for the Indians. Or will hit it right back where it came from. And Orange Shelley will score 1 Stilwell run. We're in a tied ball game. Good quick defense by Quinn Jumper in center field to limit it. It's 1-1. So there goes the shutout and the win at the moment for Ethan Orr. Base is still loaded. Butch had called time. He didn't get it. And he eats a strike instead. 1-0, I beg your pardon, the count. Swung on and missed. Boy, Bunch swung as hard as he possibly could at that one and came up empty. If he had connected, chances are the White House on top of the hill would have gotten stricken. That's how hard he swung the bat. And time called down at third. A quick shoelace adjustment for Isaac Denny. Indians are going. 1 ball and 2 strikes. He's taking it all the way. Orr's looked sharp today until now. A little bit shaky. The bases did get loaded in the third. Knights defense stepped up and kept them stranded without incident. Called strike 3. Bunch is frozen. 2 outs. Excuse me, 1 out, I beg your pardon. That is Jesse Armstrong coming up to the plate now, the new pitcher for Stilwell. Fifth strikeout today for Ethan Orr. 1-1 ball game here in the top of the fourth. 1-1 fouled right behind home plate. The 1-1 pitch. Hit hard, right back up the gut, splits the shortstop and third base. 1 run scores. 2 runs score. 3-1 Indians. Throw to third is going to be under the glove. That's trouble. So 2 runs will score on the double. And an E2 will bring home another one. 4-1 Stilwell. So errors have started to rear their ugly head for both programs. The clean game, relatively clean, until the bottom of the third. 2 Indian errors, and now 2 errors on Robbinsville here in the top of the fourth. And here's Dalton Christie. Upstairs, ball 1. Misses away, 2-0. Nathan Orr trying his darndest to get out of this. He's gotten 1 out here in the top of the fourth. A strikeout to the leadoff hitter, Quentin Bunch. America's Pastime with you live, fans, on this Wednesday evening from Graham County. And ball 4, 4 straight pitches. Christie jogs to first. Second walk of the inning issued. And that will bring up Chase Stevens to the plate. One and two the count on Chase Stevens here in the fourth. 1 out. Low in the dirt. Stevens did not offer at it. 2-2 the count. Robbinsville, North Carolina, Stilwell, Oklahoma, coming your way this afternoon on the Graham Star Sports Network. Roped hard and over the outstretched arm of Lathan Buchanan. Stevens stops at first. Run scores. RBI single, and Stilwell's stringing together a big rally. It's 5-1. Stevens will politely take second base. A strike while the iron's hot, right? And our fishing hawk at the plate. 5-1, Stilwell. One misses. Beg your pardon, caught the plate. My mistake. 0-2. Joined by the illustrious Abby Adams over here now. Oh, she has a Hunt Brothers pizza. Nice. I'm starving, so that's insane. And looks like Fishing Hawk has been hit by a pitch. And boy, oh boy, things are falling apart for Mr. Orr here in the top of the fourth. Bases loaded again for Strider Pritchett. Did not look like the Indians were going to be able to get much going, and that's changed now. They've struck for 5. Of course, as we mentioned, they played Cherokee on Monday, and picked up a 16-0 victory. Robbinsville Lady Knights scored 16 yesterday, but Murphy also scored 11 in that wild game at Conahita Park. Pretty sure Abby Adams, you scored a run in that game, right? Yesterday? I thought you did. Adams, a very apt courtesy runner for Robbinsville. Alvin's going to get by Adams. It's going to be a pass ball. Will score. Run number 6, Dalton Christie. Scored that a wild pitch, actually. And it's 6-1 Stilwell. All the other runners, of course, advance. Pitch to Pritchett. Fouled off behind home plate. And starting to get a little bit windy, a little bit brisk here in Graham County. Lows tonight are expected to be in the 20s. Hope we get the game over before that. Fly ball to right field. Drops. Caleb Turpin reels it in as the big right fielder for Stilwell, Chase Stevens, jogs home, and they continue to pour on. 7-1 Indians. And that may be the end of the afternoon for Mr. Orr. Brent Eisenhower wanted in every form and fashion to let him pitch this one all the way through, but doesn't look like that's going to take place. Orr goes 3 1/3, and he'll jog off to left field and swap with freshman Luke Levin. And while Mr. Levin warms up on the mound, we'll step aside. You are watching the Gramstar Sports Network. Or top of the 4th, I beg your pardon, 7-1 Stilwell on the Gramstar Sports Network. First pitch from Luke Levin gets away, and that will allow Strider Pritchett to jog to second on the wild pitch. Levin a little shaky. Fly ball drops into very shallow right field. Alex Knight overshoots it. Caleb Turpin will throw it in. And Stilwell not doing much to pile on, but they're piling on nonetheless. It's an RBI single. Fishing Hawk scores 8-1 Indians. And that one hits the fascia of the dugout. That's happened. 0-1 the count. Batter at the plate is Cole Wilhite. Courtesy runner Isaac Denny will scoot up. One and two the count. Fly ball driven to left center field. At the fence, Quinn Jumper. Don't believe held on to it. And ultimately it will go down as 8 to drive in the run. 9-1. Courtesy runner Isaac Denny at third. Will Hyde at second. And Oren will drive one into center field. That'll score another one, and the inning just continues to grow from here. Top of the lineup, Quentin Bunch back to the plate. He struck out looking in his last plate appearance. Offset to left field, and that will drop in front of Ethan Orr. That scores the 11th run of the inning for Stilwell. They say hitting's infectious. This is the very definition of it. You're watching it play out here live on the Gramstar Sports Network. Things like this sometimes just happen. Can't really explain how or why. Hit hard. Bryce Garrison can't get a glove on it. Thought he had it played. And that will not score a run. But it will load the bases again for Stilwell. Jesse Armstrong, now the pitcher for Stilwell, has plenty of insurance after this inning. Still only one out. Batter is Dalton Christie. First one popped up foul. There's a sweet little girl over there playing with a toy truck that was unfazed by the foul ball that almost hit her. Thank goodness that didn't happen. Counts 0-1. Luke Lovin still on the hill. The pitch. Into the dirt. 1-1. Blown away. 2 balls, 1 strike. Stilwell had not scored until this inning. That one almost stayed up Luke Lovin's left leg. Instead, it's going to make it to the outfield. 2 Stilwell runs will sprint home, including a slide for run number 13 off of Quentin Bunch. And ultimately a double as they just continue to pour on here in the top of the 4th. 13-1 Stilwell. Batting around the order for the second time now. In the dirt, ball 1. Wide of the play, wild pitch. Play it to plate. He's in there safe. You notice the courtesy runner had came out. That is Nash Wheeler that scored. Robbinsville came into this inning with a 1-0 lead. That's history. Inside, 3-0 count to the right fielder for Stilwell, Chase Stevens. Golfs it to center field. It'll drop in front of Quinn. Jumper run scores. 15-1 Stilwell. They're going to give chance to Nash Wheeler, who just scored as a courtesy runner. He's going to be subbing in to bat here, pinch hitting for Fishing Hawk. Strike. Adams can't hold on to it. Stevens to second. That one pops in there. Adams able to stop it in front of him that time. Misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Upstairs, count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Feral children running around out here behind us. Chopped foul. Out still full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. We got 1 out here in the 4th. Stilwell has put up all 15 of those runs you see on your screen in this inning. Swung on and missed. And that is a strikeout. Second out of the inning. Levin's first in relief today. And Isaac Denny will now bat. That one just above the letters. 1-0. Upstairs, good stop by Bryce Adams, ball 2. Robbinsville really had things in hand before this inning began. Even left them loaded, stranded the Indians in the 3rd. 3-0. This is going to be your long relief workhorse this year, fans. We follow along with the Black Knights 2023 season. We'll see the Lady Knights tomorrow for 31st pitch at Judy Nichols Memorial Field. A laser beam fired across the diamond by Garrison, but he had a little trouble on the transfer. And all hands are safe. E5 will allow Denny to reach. And the inning continues. Catcher Daniel Censoros will step up to the plate. 2 on, 2 out. Robbinsville just trying to get out of the inning here. Stop the bleeding at Sun Juncture. Up and in, 2 balls and no strikes. Fly ball, right field. Turpin will play it off a hop. Good stop. That actually might have saved another run. Bases loaded. Will hide at the plate. Bryce Adams, good recovery. You're still well at this point. You're really not going to try to just pile on, I don't believe. 15-1 advantage. Fouled right back behind home plate. Count is 2-1. 3-1 coming in just a moment. Fly ball left field and foul. I might have emptied out the bases. Instead, Will Hyatt will return to the plate. Full count. Just got to secure that one final out. And Robbinsville will be able to begin the recovery process. Fouled off. Will Hyatt keeps it alive. Hit hard and foul as well. A base umpire able to stop the ball on a dime. Well, Will Hyatt's just peppering the perimeter of the ball field. A foul here, a foul there. Everywhere a foul. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And that misses ball 4. That will be an RBI for Will Hyatt as Chase Stevens scores 16-1 in favor of Stilwell. So they've now matched their offensive output from the Cherokee game on Monday. And first pitch is in there, 0-1. Warren Shelley is at the plate for Stilwell. He ropes it to third. Bryce Garrison gets the meek pop-up. And after 16 runs, score on 12 hits, this inning comes to a close. Fans, we will be right back as Robbinsville has got some work to do now in the language of Scooby-Doo here on the Grabstar Sports Network. Back live from Robbinsville, 16-1. And that is unfortunately in favor of the visitors from Stilwell. Boy, Adams put a charge into that one deep center field. It is out of here. Bryce Adams just mashed a center field home run. Holy smokes. That ball just jumped off the bat. There's a bright spot in this game this afternoon. Bryce Adams hits one to dead center, 16-2 after he touches home plate. About that for the big sophomore catcher. Father Tommy right here behind us. Bryce Garrison at the plate. This is away 1-0. Bryce is at the bottom of the lineup card today. Adams and now Garrison will be at the top in just a moment with Graylin Orr. This cuts in over here to our right. Fly ball drops into center field, and there's a hit. Hey, we said Robbinsville has some work to do. It may come in little bunches or big ones. Doesn't really matter if they get the job done. Garrison drove in the only Robbinsville run of the day so far when Quinn Jumper scored in the bottom of the second. And now we're back to the top of the card with Graylin Orr. Back to the bag, Bryce Garrison, safe and sound. One golfed hard and foul. Fans, be not mistaken if you hear a teenager gossiping in your ear. They are in fact gossiping. They've gathered around me for some reason to do that. On strike one for Great Lenore. Rouse Garrison at first. Catches the plate. 0-2. Pitch from Jesse Armstrong misses away. 1-2 strikes. Foul ball down the third baseline. Count remains 1-2 strikes. And I have it on good authority that our Lady Knights faithful have figured out who to text at this point. That's wonderful that we finally got that resolved. Yes, you're sitting right next to me. Even if you're like, hey, who do I text? That is our best friend in the world, Olivia Lewis, I'm aggravating right here. You'll see her tomorrow. We'll be streaming Robbinsville Murphy softball. Olivia Lewis will be holding down the fence at Judy Nichols Memorial Field. Love you, Liv. Love you, Liv. Liv will be in the game at some point. We'll see her as a courtesy runner. You ran yesterday.
I know.
And you scored.
Almost. Now we got out.
Oh, I thought you scored. I don't know. That was such a cartoon bot score. It's like 28 runs and I don't know how many, 26, 25 hits or something from both teams. Hey, guess what? We're going to be Captain the Graham Star this week, fans. Oh, thanks, man. Shit. Or we'll jog to second. We got 2 on. Nobody out. Robbinsville trails 16-2 after leading 1-0. How quickly this game could change. Turpin ropes it into the outfield. Here comes Bryce Garrison. He'll score 16-3. Give Caleb Turpin an RBI. Lathan Buchanan will walk up to the plate. Runners at the corners. Nobody out. Me personally, I would have went with the Rocks theme song, but Stone Cold Steve Austin, I guess, works. No outs. Here's the pitch to Buchanan upstairs. 1-0. Wind is starting to make things just a little bit chilly out here this evening. It's not starting to drop. And a good frame job inside by Cinceros goes nowhere. 2 balls and no strikes. Fly ball down the right field line will go foul. 2 balls and a strike. Buchanan chops it up the middle. Throw to second will be in time. That'll be a fielder's choice. And that will score Great Lenore, but record an out. 16-4 as the Black Knights continue to try and creep back into this one. Ethan Orr at the plate. So Robbinsville trying to generate a response. Long way to go, but got to start somewhere. Count is not sure. I think it was 1-0. I think he missed there. Zero down power signal. That one's upstairs for sure. inside. Count is 2 balls and a strike. Right now. Or thought about, I'll forget that, and laid off, and is called low and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Only runner on right now is Latham Buchanan. He is at first base. Outside, full count. Armstrong sets, fires, and Orr loses the battle. A strikeout. And that will bring up their senior for Robbinsville, Alex Knight. Knight's still down by 12. But that's better than being down by 15. That one roped hard to center field as well, and that's going to be off the glove. And here comes Buchanan around third. He's going to stop. And that will be a 2-bagger for Alex Knight. And here comes the Stilwell head coach. Come out and chat things over. I believe we may have another pitching change. Just before Quentin Jumper makes a plate appearance. We'll step aside, fans, here on the Graham Star Sports Network. Strike in there. They got Mr. Armstrong calmed down. Quinn Jumper at the plate. Oh, and 1 is the count. Foul. And Abby Adams sold that for some reason. I guess she doesn't play softball. Wait, she does. That's right. I forgot. Back behind us is someone that should have played basketball this year, but somehow got left off the team. Not quite sure how that happened. The legendary Tia Hall is with us this evening. Sure, after the track meet today. Jumper dumped out of the way of that one. Ball and 2 strikes. Tia Hall is going to play basketball next year. I can confirm that. She just doesn't know it yet. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs. Jumper fouls it off. And it lands in the fescue. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Checks out. That checks out. 1 and 2. Jumper swings and misses. Strike 3, but he's got a chance to go to first. And he'll take it. Buchanan scores. Jumper safe and sound. Knight at third. And Robbinsville ekes out another one at 16-5. Rumor has it that Luke Lovin does not meet with his friends after school and sing with happy faces, but nonetheless, he's going to bat now with runners at the corners. His mom is sitting right down here to our right, and I'm not sure. Hey, Haley, so was he a Barney fan his whole life, or? Oh, you hated Barney. Did he hate Barney? Okay. So you never let him watch Barney. Okay, because you hated it. Cambry watched Barney. Okay. Well, you know what? Cambry also scored 1,000 points in her career, so that yeah, you should have let Luke do it too. Yeah. Maybe something subliminal to Barney. That's where we're at, fans. It's the bottom of the 4th. It's a 16-5 ball game. We're talking about Barney the dinosaur. He's almighty. 3-0 is the count on Luke Lovin. Which you pay $3.99 for right here. This insight. Lovin took that one right at the kneecaps. 3 balls and a strike. Hannah would spend about half an inning talking, and she'd be like, "Oh, I'm doing such a terrible job. Like, I can't say anything right." Foul ball off the fence. And it's kept on trickling. Full count. We're surrounded by softball players. Nobody even tries to catch a ball. Like, that's pitiful. Or terrible. Quentin Jumper jumps back to first base. And he's safe. Armstrong sets full count pitch. Outside, Levin draws the walk. And the Knights have batted around. Bryce Adams will come out to the plate. He hit a solo home run to jumpstart the offense here in the bottom of the inning. And this may for sure be a pitching change for Stilwell. Keep it going. It's fine. And it looks like on the hill now for Stilwell. Pull our roster up here. Sorry about that. Is going to be Dalton Christie. So while Mr. Christie gets his warm-up tosses out of the way, we'll step aside for just a moment. You are watching the Gramstar Sports Network. Adams takes strike one. Welcome back, fans, to Robbinsville, 16-5. In favor of Stilwell, Oklahoma. Good to have you with us. As the wind begins to whip through here and cut everyone in two, we are rolling along here in the bottom of the fourth. 1-1 pitch. Catches the zone. Ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs. And once again, Robbinsville has the bases loaded. Got to cash in these situations. Adams fouls it off back here behind us. Somewhere in the vicinity of Brock Adams and Memory Frapp, it drops foul. Oh, strike 3. Well, that looked a little bit low, but we'll let it go. We'll go on to the 5th inning, fans. Robbinsville leaves them loaded again. It is 16-5. They've chipped away at the deficit a little bit here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Top of the 5th, first pitch to Quentin Bunch is in the dirt. Levin still on the hill for Robbinsville. Welcome back, fans, to the Gramstar Sports Network. Ball and a strike now. Joined by athlete extraordinaire Anna Williams over here to our left. That's wonderful. Launch ropes that one to left field, and it is reeled in by Ethan Orr. First out of the 5th. Jesse Armstrong rips it up the middle. There's a good field and a throw to first. What a dig by Buchanan to keep that one from trickling under his glove. Graylin Orr fired a strike across the field, and that is the second out. Pitching there to Dalton Christie, who is now the pitcher for Stilwell, their third one of the afternoon. Levin fires it. Garrison kind of olayed that ball a little bit. And it's a 2-out single. 1. Richie takes second. Stevens at the plate. 2-0 count with 2 outs. Foul ball. Back behind the fence. Count goes 2-1. 2 away here in the top of the 5th. Robbinsville hosting Stilwell, Oklahoma. We appreciate our fans tuning in from the Midwest. Several of you purchasing the game today. Adams will eat that one. Christie will sprint to third. 2-2 count with 2 outs, though, as Luke Lovin's trying to make quick work of Stilwell. Ripped. Buchanan with a good backhanded stop. It's a race to the bag. He'll win it by 2 steps. Indians strand a runner, and we'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Stilwell 16, Robbinsville 5. Bottom of the 5th, fans. Welcome back to Loudon or Memorial Field. The leadoff batter for Robbinsville is Bryce Garrison, who has 2 hits today, including an RBI in the 2nd. 9-1 and 2 holes due up for the Black Knights against Dalton Christie. In the dirt, 2-0 the count. Hoping for some nice weather tomorrow evening over at Judy Nichols Memorial Field. Robbinsville Murphy softball. First pitch at 4:30. We're streaming it live here on GramStarSports.com. That one just misses low and away, ball 3. Rio pitch. Garrison taking all the way. Good move there. 3 balls and a strike. Garrison chops it back to the mound. Armstrong or Christie, can't handle it. Throw to first. And they still got him. Good recovery. Garrison's got a lot of speed. But that's the first out. Graylin Orr will come to the plate. Gangsta's Paradise up against a thump behind us here in Robbinsville. Caleb Turpin is up next. Fly ball slapped the opposite direction, or with another hit. 1 out, single for Graylin Orr. Caleb Turpin will try to do something with it. Turpin steps in, the lefty. First one he sees is fouled way back. 0-1. Hope the Robbinsville track team performed well today. They had a meet over here on the same campus with us this afternoon at Robbinsville High School. Tia Hall might have won the high jump today, did you? Oh, she did not. Sorry about that. Chopped to second baseman Bunch. He tries for a double play. Quick zip to second. But that's all they'll get. Fielder's choice. 4-6. 2 outs. And Latham Buchanan is Robbinsville's last hope here in the 5th. I went in there 0-1.
It's not a rumor. It's a fact, Chocolate.